What's up, guys? I'm Anna.
I'm Christina, and welcome to The Sample Effect.
This is going to be a collection of stories that explore the people, places, and things that make our culture what it is. We'll also discuss the challenges of being original in a time full of creatives.
Through this series, we'll be sitting down with some dope people who would give us insight on their creative journeys, as well as mini tutorials on how they do what they do.
On today's episode, we have Trae, a digital storyteller and also the founder of the Hustlers Cookbook. Trae, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself for those who aren't familiar with you yet?
So my name is Trae, and I work in media production. So that's kind of where digital storytelling comes in, and whether that's within sports or food, but those are my two main lanes.
Tell us about your creative journey so far, where it began and where it is today.
Yeah, so I moved here from Vancouver. The program that I moved here for was sport media at Ryerson University. And then from there, we kind of dabbled into like being behind the camera or in front of it. And I realized I'm much more better behind the camera than in front of it right now. So for school, I needed to do an internship. And I reached out to this freelancer. His name is Du Pinlack. So I messaged Du asking, were you in need of an intern by any chance? Like, I admire your work. And he was like, yeah, send over an application. So I made like a video application saying who I am, and really the gist of it is like I don't have all the technical skills, but I do have the heart and the hard work. So if you can take a chance on me. And pretty much he brought me on, and then I met his other colleagues, Charlie Lindsay and Jamal Berger. Ever since interning from them, it's just been a whole entire 360. I actually ended up not finishing school just because that kind of route was more so corporate, and that's all you can do. But never did my teachers ever tell me, hey, freelance is an option too, And I think that's one thing that really stifled me whenever I would try to add some creative aspect to like the program sport media itself. My professors would tell me like, you're too creative, like don't do that, just stick to sport. But I really do believe that sports and creativity goes hand in hand. You always need a little bit of creativity in anything.
Tell us a little bit more about the Hustlers Cookbook. How did the Hustlers Cookbook come about?
So it's a video series about making a food just using a rice cooker. And that came about when I was living on residence in first year university. What happened was that the cafe would close every night at 9 p.m. Every single time I'd come home, the cafe would be closed, and I was thinking like, okay, well, I need to eat somehow. So my mom suggested, why don't you get a rice cooker? And I'm like, Mom, what can I make a rice cooker other than just rice? And she's like, congee. Super Asian thing to say. But then I kind of took that idea and I started throwing a bunch of things to my rice cooker. I realized you can cook eggs in there, you can make soup, chili, a bunch of things. I think what I really liked about it was more so having everybody coming over to my dorm, sitting down with me and eating and having a meal. So I decided to take that and rebrand everything, called it the Hustlers Cookbook instead of, it was called the Rice Cooker Series. Changed the name, did graphics, pretty much changed the whole entire production. And I feel like it's a project that I really hold close to my heart just because it's me dabbling into video, photo, set design, graphic design, all these things I'm still trying to learn and grasp at.
So a lot of our viewers as well are aspiring production stylists or creatives or multi-hyphenates. So it's kind of like, how do they storytell through their own craft? And you're a perfect example of that. So take us through that process.
Most definitely. So it started off with branding, I would say. So think of a name. And I thought of the Hustlers Cookbook just because to me it's like, some people have their 9 to 5 or their 5 to 12s, but yet we still need to make the time to fuel ourselves. Be healthy, stay active. So I thought that the name Hustlers Cookbook would just be so suitable because it's like an easy, quick recipe. Your recipe for your everyday hustler is the slogan. Visually, you want to tell a story, yes, through the content, but also through what the viewer is looking at. If you go through my videos, you kind of see that the whole theme is very like a 50s theme. And I kind of play on that because back in the 50s, women are perceived to just stay home, cook and clean, and that's it. But nowadays, no, we do it all. And a girl who works her 9 to 5 or 5 to 12 but can make a good ass meal still, that is something most valuable. So it's kind of like empowering women too in a way. It's like, I'm not the best cook, to be honest, but I just loved how my family, they really valued sitting down together, having a meal, talking to each other about how our day went. I think that's what I like most about food, really, just kind of brings people together.
So then after the branding, what comes next?
So with that, it comes just being consistent, and that's one thing I actually struggle with the most. It's because it is a passion project, so there's work I need to do, but yet I still want to make time for this. What I realized though is I am most happiest doing this, of course, it's kind of like my me time, but also it's not a one-man job. Like when it comes to shooting, I have my friends who come through and help me shoot it. Because I'm the subject, I get to art direct, but I need someone to actually take the photo for me.
So it's good to know that you have like a team and that helps you with it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm really thankful for, because my friends and I, we each have our own passion project. We help each other with it. But yeah, just together, always better.
Moving forward, how do you balance everything? Because this is not your full-time job.
Yeah, so outside of here, I am a part of an agency called Tier Zero. I get the pleasure of saying I work with my best friends. I can say that. So we work in media production that's mainly sport-related, just visual storytelling, video, and production. For me, I'm dabbling kind of into both video and photography. And so outside of Tier Zero, I also do my own freelance as well. So it's kind of cool building like a clientele. I'm kind of learning how to do that still.
So let us know, like tell us, like what's next for you and the Hustlers Cookbook?
What's next? So it is a matter of trying to allocate that time to do it. You know, it is my passion project, but I just want to be more consistent. That's the thing. It is what makes me happy, and I know that I'm capable of one day obviously making it, you know, like a full-time thing, like beside Tier Zero. You know, what's next really is keeping consistent, kind of keep the ideas flowing. How do I tell a story with food? Because I think with media, you have the power to do that. I've learned that with photos and videos, I have the power to make people cry, laugh, smile, and heal, most importantly. Yeah, I kind of find food as a healing thing for me, to be honest. Like when I miss home, I just obviously make some Vietnamese food and I feel right at home.
Okay, so being that it's Air Max month, we challenged Trae to make something in her rice cooker that was on theme with air. So Trae, what did you make us?
All right, so got the good old Tiger Asian rice cooker. But today I made you guys a Japanese cheesecake. It's a Japanese cheesecake, kind of something what you would find at Uncle Tetsu's, I would say. But yeah, quite airy. And yeah, take a taste out of it if you want.
Yes. Before that, we would love to show you guys, and she's going to show us, the step-to-step process of the making of her Japanese-inspired, fluffy, Air Max-inspired cake.
All right, let's do this. All right. All right, so we're just gonna put it on like this. Oh, shit.
It does look like Uncle Tetsu. If you can just like stamp.
Shake that. Oh my gosh. Oh, fingers.
That's fire.
It's hot.
It's hot.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed Trae's episode of the making of her Japanese fluffy-inspired Air Max Day cake. If you have any takeaway from it and you give it a try yourself, make sure you tag Trae, make sure to tag the Hustlers Cookbook and the sample effects.
And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Leave comments for us. We want to know what you guys think. See you on the next one.
See you on the next episode. Thank you so much, Trae.
Thanks, guys.